Test 1 2 1 2 1 2 testing. Testing 1 2 testing. Test 1 2 1 2. Okay. Wow. Oh god. Okay, guys, I'm very sorry and thanks again. Okay. Wow. Oh god. Yeah. All right. Okay. Testing. Hello. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. And whenever you, it's just a background. Whenever you put that background up, audio is off. That's the mistake. And I was just killing myself to get an audio. So I'm very sorry for that. I'm learning it too. So I try to go through a lot of stuff. And today's my mother's. Yesterday, we're in a new day and my mother's birthday. And I want to say thanks to everyone who actually extended birthday to her. And I showed the spoon guys did it, and I showed Timothy did it. If you do, because you watch the show, Timothy. Uh, Timolin, I'm sorry, Timolin, Saint Timolin, did not watch the show, but there's someone share it with me already. But I like to watch you guys like the day after. Sometimes I go through it. But I want to say thanks to everyone who took the time to wish my mom happy birthday. I love my mom so much. Some days when I sit and think, but when you can't help it, you can't help it. I can remember when we were in Maryland County, small things were so hard. My mom used her old blouses, two of her blouses, and put one on me and put one on my brother. And we're all happy. She took pictures on that. But the way we were happy, enjoying ourselves, things were not good. We're from a poor family. We're from a very, very poor family. But I love my mom. She stood up and she was tough on me, especially. And every day I think about it, I say, thank you, mom. Thank you for everything. Maybe in America they will say, oh, the woman abused the child, but us in Liberia, how we behave. How we behave. It's not an easy thing. It's tough. You got to, especially our color. Oh, people used to say all kinds of things. Would not be this, wouldn't be nothing, would be criminals, would be this and that. But my mom stood up. Yeah, she stood up like a woman. She whipped me, trust me. And she watched my show all the time. Now when she watched this one, she would say, she'll call me in the morning. Oh, I was just watching. I said, man, that old thing. People say my mom myself look at like, today is your birthday. That the day that you were born. Celebrate and have a joyous day with your friends and family. It comes once a year. I love you, Mama. I love you. I love you. I wish I could do more. But what you put in me, you did nothing wrong. I tell you, I say that to her all the time. You see, I'm looking down, looking at my computer, but my camera is right over me, and that's the problem. So when you see me looking down like this, instead of, I should be looking at the camera, but I remember, listen, my mom and myself, we came a long way. I was the one who really, 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 really worked for her to do things. But imagine, I think my mom was 70. She's in her 70s now. But I love you, mom. When I'm done, oh, my soul so weary. When troubles come, my heart burden be. I am still and waiting in the silence until you come and stay a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountain. You raise me up to walk on stormy sea. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. Happy birthday, Susanna. Be there. Mother, be there. Happy birthday. I know you enjoy your birthday. We never had the time to talk today, but I know your daughter-in-law is there, your children, and everybody around, your grandkids. I know, especially Sister Muna. I know she did something for you. I know, but you know she will still want to hear from her other son. And I sure things were good. We just want to give God the glory, and I just want to thank God for my mom. There are other people who lost theirs. Like my wife just lost her mom. I don't know. When you reach that age, you should be expecting it, not to accept it. No matter how old they are, we'll never accept whatever come out. We can be prepared whatsoever. But I love my mom. I wish I could do more, but hey, I never push things what I can. Things I cannot do. I don't waste my time on it. But I want to say again, mom, I dedicate the show to you. I love you. I know we have our little ups and downs, but you should understand that you raise a man. A man that can go anywhere and lift his head up high. Thank God I'm not a criminal. Thank God I'm not a con artist. Thank God I don't disrespect people. Sometimes I do, but it's not a disrespect. It's like when you're trying to fight back, but I don't call it disrespect. But I try to be the best I can. So I just want to say thank you again, Mama. Thank you. Thank you for me. Thank you for everything. Thank you for my life. Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's see. I see my stuff freezing up again. I don't know. Oh, the internet. What happened? What happened? What's happened again? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening again? Okay, I think people can hear me, but I don't know what the hell is going on with my. I know the internet, something. All right. Okay, guys, today we'll be having a very good show. We will be discussing Liberia. We're not here to insult, we're not going to criticize too hard, but we're going to talk about Liberia. We're going to put some social thing in it. We're going to talk about ourselves. I will be bringing in an Emery. He will be my co-host for today, and we will just be talking. We'll talk about Liberia. We'll talk about the old days. We'll talk about ourselves. We'll talk about ANC. We'll talk about the CPP. We'll talk about UP. We'll talk about ALP. We'll talk about CDC. We'll talk about everybody. We'll even include Spoon TV in it. But you see, that's how we're supposed to do it. So don't worry that we're not going to go too hard on anybody, but we're just going to spice it up, in a way that it will be good. Yeah, we're just going to spice it up a little bit. So, Embry, I sent you the code already. If you get that code, you can come in, and then I will. When you get that code, but before we get that code, I got my things. So I still want to tell you about Mr. Cummings' agenda for Liberia, and I want you to hear it from his own mouth what he planned to do for Liberia, and he's been consistent. And I want you guys to listen to it before I start whatsoever. But Mr. Cummings is the guy. Mr. Cummings is the man. I know you might not feel him, you might not understand it, but I want you to open your eyes and your ears and you look into yourself and say, what can I do for Liberia? Can I be part of the process that Liberia will have a new leader, a different leader, a leader who will put the people first or put himself first? Serving is not about money. It's not about making money. When you decide to serve your country, you serve with dignity. That is why they will always tell you, go and prepare yourself, take care of your family, find the time that you think you're free, that you will make available and get into politics. It's not about the pay. They will pay you. They will give you every benefits you want. They will give you car, they will security. But what the people want is for you to protect them, is to stand up for them, not to just say, "Oh, I'm only there to get money," like the mental steel deal. Everybody is complaining, say it's not in the interest of Liberians, it's not in the interest of the country, it's only going to benefit politicians, people who are in power. That is why we elected and representatives and senators. Look at it. Don't damage your country. Do not damage the future of Liberia. Don't make yourself rich and then you take advantage and give them bag of rice and $5 for them to vote for you tomorrow because you put them into abject poverty until they can't even move. Look at it. Put Liberia first. We might have our differences, but let Liberia be the center of our argument. If I win, fine. If you win, fine. No matter what happens, only one person going to win. No matter what happens, only one man going to be the president of Liberia. Only one man will be the spokesman, no matter what happens. So let us do what is right. Take yourself off. Deprive yourself. You say you want to serve. It's not for the people to serve you. You walking like a big shot and you lie to them and you come on Facebook and social media, on radio and change documents as if you when you changing the document, you're reading it, but you're interpreting the document different way. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't respect what we put on paper. We don't read. We don't research. We don't look at examples. We don't check because your past is supposed to determine your future. You know what I'm saying? But we don't do it. So please, guys, share this video. Let us do what is right for Liberia. Our people are suffering. Let us stop pretending that we love them. Our people are suffering. The so-called politicians, it's not about the individual, it's the system. The system is rotting. Few people, handful of people, they are the one damage the system. Can't you see? What else are you waiting for? Because you know them or you love them, so you want to put them over Liberia. You can't open your eyes to see that you just turned a poor man, you gave a poor man a position, and today he's millionaires in your eyes in less than 2 years. Can't you see? What else we should do? What else? But yet and still we got to struggle. We got to do this. And also I want to say thanks to those of you who sent me my Christmas gift. And my boyfriend and P sent me something. And other people, I just have to tell them thank you no matter what. As I said, it's so sad. People calling from Liberia every day. And these are the simple, sometimes they don't support your ideas. But you don't have to say no to them. If you don't have a $10, could help somebody. I know they voted for George Weah. I know they did wrong. That's their choice. Don't hold them responsible. Don't think that because they voted for George Weah, so that means they are not Liberians. We all got sad to take. Don't think because they voted for Dillon, that means they're not Liberians. Don't think because they're going to vote for Mr. Cummings, that means they are not Liberians. No decision is right until it is right. When it is right, it's a good decision. When it is wrong, it's a wrong decision, and you move on. When you make mistakes, you move on, rectify your mistakes, accept your mistakes, and move on. If you don't accept your mistakes and you want to act big shot, then it's on you. So I will not hold no sedition responsible. I won't hold nobody responsible for putting for George Weah. And I will not apologize to anybody. It's just like Mr. Dillon. I will not apologize to nobody for supporting Dillon. I will not apologize for taking my hard-earned money to support Dillon. But Dillon have proven that he's a crook. I will not hide it. Tough love. If Mr. Cummings is wrong, I will tell you guys he's wrong. But Dillon have gotten into a group where because to see Dillon justifying the 30,000, when yesterday he told us he was not going to take it. Justifying the 30,000 when people are dying, justifying that the 30,000 is there to run his office. Jesus help us. I couldn't believe it. That was the worst day in the life of Dillon. Dillon reading documents and trying to change it around. You know, sometimes Dillon prove other people right. He proved people right. Some people say he was pretending. But at the same time, he still got some truth in him. He still got some stuff in him. You know, they got some politicians who try to be perfect, but they are corrupt. That's the group he's in. That's the group. You see, I look at his past and I try to give him second chance because of what he was speaking. Can you think? Do you think Liberians will give him second chance or third chance? No. I can tell anybody that no. We might not be around to be. And also, I want to extend my sympathy to the Doe family, Edward Doe, a very good guy who always on Facebook, he can write, a very good writer. And they say he died yesterday. And my condolence to the family. I pray that God will console them, God will be with them in this time of the bereavement. So I just want to say, I say this every day, tomorrow is not promising. Tomorrow is not promising. Coming on Facebook and going after each other. I just want to say thanks to everyone that just got on, and thank you and thanks to everyone. I wish we all can do the same thing. I wish we all can do the same thing. You guys don't know. You guys don't know sometimes what we go through. You don't know. Sometimes it's not that we have it. You know, we live in America. Living in America doesn't mean that you get money. Even the ones that with the big houses, the ones that with the big cars, they live from paycheck to paycheck. You got to do something different. It's not easy. But think about our brothers and sisters back home. Think about them. It's hard. It's very, very hard. It's very, very hard. Christmas coming, everybody calling your phone. Everybody calling you. Don't let me give you a secret. Don't refuse the calls. If you don't have it, be bold and tell them. Do not refuse the call. They're not the only people that want money. They're not. Do not refuse calls from Liberia. If they call you, your relatives, your friends, answer the call. If they say you mean, fine, accept it. Deep down, you know you don't have it. But if you think you have it, share it with them. If you think you got $100 on you and you're going to buy beer and you're going to hang out with it because you want to amuse yourself, yes, no problem. That's your money. That's your right. Nobody telling you to give it to nobody. Nobody telling you to give it up. But do what you can do for somebody. Make somebody Christmas look good. Put the smile on the face of someone. Let them have a good meal. Yeah. Sacrifice $100 and give it to 10 person. 10 person. Let them have something to eat on that day. Go on Facebook, search just random names. Look for them. I'm not saying just go throw it away now, but look for people. There's a lot of people there. Don't see because you see the looking dress up all day on Facebook. No. Some people are going through hell. So guys, I hope Ember come on so we can have a show. But you've been watching one of the biggest talk show hosts and talk show in Liberia and on internet, which is the Spoon. We all know because Spoon broadcasts on 3 channels or on 3 radio stations in Liberia. Let us accept it. They are in charge right now. They are in charge of media. So don't, it's not jealousy, it's not nothing. They got the best. The only thing I sometimes criticize them, sometimes the way, someday they're good, someday they messed up. Someday you can ask them, wow, the guy's going good. But someday, bam, they step on the wrong nail. But they need to learn more. They need to research. They need to open their eyes. They need to take off that political thing and put it one side. You know, like Keith Hassan. Maybe the day he do it, Spoon will break down. So we don't know what to do now. It's just part of it. And Isaac Doe and other people, you know, but they're doing good. And before I go into whatsoever, this is not my own thing. I will be honest with you guys. I'm sorry that the Liberty Party are into some mess. I posted, I said, and I quote, I blame Yombly Kanga Lawrence and Daros Dillon for the problem in Liberty Party. Somebody say why? Some people try to give long story. Some people trying to say, then Dillon said Mr. Cummings, the ANC people are the problems. You know, he reminds me about a lady when I was going to school in Sierra Leone. Her son was so wicked until she said I the one was spoiling her son. Her son could smoke the jamba like hell. I couldn't smoke. I can't smoke. I can't drink at that time. Move from being my son. You don't want to spoil my son. Leave me picking alone. You don't want to spoil my picking. And he to count the offers and eat them. So the more I live, the more I said, she asked me, I said, listen, the man can do all these things. The man can steal your brain, my money, all kinds of things. Now, what they don't try to do. Grown people, they call themselves leaders. And you see people from ANC splitting the leadership of Liberty Party. My people, be real to yourself. Liberty Party split from 2017 after the first round. Majority of them went to CDC. The other group went to Unity Party. After the whole thing, they decided to come back together, but they will stay on the other side because they say, listen, we will not support women Bwaka go up, come down. My people, I want you to put yourself in Liberty Party and put yourself in ALP. We got 4 parties. 2 of the parties interested in the standard bearership. The other 2 say no. Where you think that these 2 who interested in the leadership, where you think they're going to get a vote from? They're going into Liberty Party and ALP to get a vote. They will go into that. Now, ALP and Liberty Party, at least put your act together, come to yourself and negotiate. If you want my vote, what we're going to get in our next government? Yes, we're collaborating. But if I'm going to do this, will I get, because in the framework, let me tell you, there is nothing in the framework saying that ALP will bring 10 people for job, ANC will bring 10, and no, it's not in the framework. They said that they will come from in there, but when the president or the standard bearer don't see any qualified person in there, he will go out and look for qualified people to do the job. And if the standard bearer want to give a Liberty Party or job, he will select from Liberty Party. And the framework said that the standard bearer is his or her responsibility to select the the vice standard bearer. Simple, because you want somebody who will share your agenda too. You will want to look for somebody who will be able to cover up on certain things that you're lacking. You must have that relationship. So ALP said, we supported Mr. Bwaka. Not ALP either, but Mr. Yuri. ALP never came as a party to endorse Mr. Bwaka. Until they can do it, fine. But party endorsing you still does not mean that everybody going to go. But when you go as a group, when you have a meeting and they say, yes, we're going to support that party, understand that you get majority of them already. Majority of them already. So ALP said they want to support. And let me take words from Darius Dillon. He said, Liberty and ALP already supporting Bwaka. So now we are the strategic group to break the tie. So if we come together to support Bwaka, everything over. If we go to support Mr. Cummings, that means the competition is tough. But this is what I said, Dillon and Yombly is the problem. They had a meeting. They said, ability changed the document. But before they got there, I'm looking at the 2 now. The 2 people that went on spoon. Dillon said they all disagreed. They want the old constitution from 1995, the 2005 constitution that they want it back. They want to put together where Bromsky had all the power. But this was the same Dillon who said the power needs to be distributed, decentralized. Because Mr. Bromsky had everything. He was the only one making decisions. Yombly was not speaking to Bromsky. Yeah, I told you before. Dillon was not speaking to Bromsky. How I get to know? When Dillon came to the state, Mr. Bromsky was sick in his dying bed. What question would they, my whole thing was Dillon said, oh, Mr. Bromsky taught me how to do this, the wear white shirt. But when Dillon came to the States, he never visited Mr. Bromsky, Councillor Bromsky, in the hospital. He never visited him. He went back America to Liberia. But they had a problem. They had a serious problem. He and Yombly were trying to take that party away from the old man. But yet and still, the old man. Today I was listening to one of Bromsky's speech, one of his speeches, where he attacked Mr. Bwaka when they used this war about country and Congo. So they think been playing long time. Now, Dillon, if anybody can remember when Mr. Cummings criticized the legislators and they came to the States, Dillon said Mr. Cummings was ill-informed. In fact, Mr. Cummings was only supposed to talk to his legislators, his members, not the entire body. They decided, they met in America, they decided that when they go home, because he and Yombly came and sat down and talked, they said, we're going to endorse Omen Bwaka. We take side with Omen Bwaka because they look at it this way. They were the trump card because if Ure gave all his votes, they still need one or two. So he and Yombly can break it. So whether the entire Liberty Party don't agree, they can break it. You see how wicked? Listen to me. This is not making up story. Listen. If you listen to Dillon, the old man already got the support of Liberty Party. Yombly and Dillon had a meeting. On the plane and going back, we will go back and support Mr. Bwaka. And Mr. Bwaka will tell us, because we are the last group, what we're going to get. And Dillon be then that Yombly, as a political leader, should fill the spots for VP if the Omen agree. Because only one vote or two votes, or even half of the Liberty Party, just in case. That means Liberty Party was the trump card. When they left, at the same time, they don't shit on himself when lied about the ticket. So everything was in between, playing in between. You know, share this video, guys. Share it. Share it, please. Share it. Let us not. Yeah. They can ask the direct question. They can have, I want to ask Spoon. I want to use Spoon and put it straight. So Dillon and Yombly agree when they went home. Boop, they went on the side of Omen. Dillon said, Omen, I leaned to Omen. Now they had a meeting. They went to Musa Bility. When they got to Musa Bility, they said, listen, we want to support Omen Bwaka. And in doing so, he's going to give us the vice chairmanship, the vice tenant position. And Yombly should should be the one. So they said, no. You can't do that. If they would, we got to agree as a group. What is in there? We can't just say, yes, you alone. 2 times they tried, because they disagree with them. They say, okay, then we're going to go back to the same old constitution. In fact, what it is, the political leader is the one who has the power to do this, to make decisions on behalf of this. They start talking all kinds of things. And Musa just relaxed. Musa told them, no. Let's come together as a group and we decide. If we decide to go with any party and they say, okay, we'll take the vice president, the vice candidate, and standard bearer from Liberty Party, let the standard bearer has his will or her will. to select his will, because there's no woman now, to select the vice president. So that means if Mr. Bwaka, if they agree to support Mr. Bwaka says, okay, you know what? I take in Bility, or I take in Wade Power, or I take in Zango, or I take in the man, that last man over there, he's a member of Liberty Party. The biggest thing is for Liberty Party to take it, because it's the right, according to the Constitution, the president must select his vice president. They said no. But then we can't agree. They said no, they can't agree. They bang on the ring my road. Before the next thing they say, you know, the guy fingered that document. He changed it, then they're trying to lie now. That is where I know Dillon is a crook. I believe it today. Yes. Because Bility and the other executive members refused, right there they said, but the man went and changed the document. So we need the document to come back, thinking that they got more voice over the party, over everybody. They said no. They started arguing. They went to Farmington Hotel. They had a very good meeting. They reconciled. They agreed. Nobody touched nothing. That is where, like, you open your eyes. Open your eyes for God's sake. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let Dillon fool you. You see today, our Prophet Keys, he said Dillon came in with $3. Today, Dillon is 1,000 years. He fighting and he justifying $30,000. You know what I'm saying? They start going around fighting. Oh, the man fingered the document. They all agree. They shook hands. They suspended him. Now, this is where they open the wounds again. To turn over. Nobody, as a party, is wrong for you to endorse by this time when the process has not started. Let's be frank. At least if the first process pass, go into the second, you can say, okay, fine. We want to take side. You know what I'm saying? When Mr. Ure was turning over his chairmanship to Mr. Cummings, the program was held at ALP office. When Mr. Cummings was turning over, the program was held at ANC office. Now, Liberty Party is supposed to turn over to Unity Party. They start delaying. Oh, let Yombi stay for another 2 months. Oh, argument about all the force that come out. They got, whether Liberty Party is the head of that thing at the time, but the secretariat and everybody, they got members from all the party are represented on our planning committee. They push it. Dillon and Yombi got up on so money they got up. Where they came from, where they go, what did they have bad dream? They said tomorrow and day after tomorrow we're going to have the turning over ceremony at Unity Party office. They were trying to do it like an endorsement. So their own party now said no. In fact, we wrote Unity Party concerning the turning over ceremony. Unity Party have not replied us. Why the political leader alone would suggest and make a recommendation and agree that they are going to Unity Party office? Their plan was to go there and endorse Mr. Bwaka. That was their plan. Her party wrote her and said, Madam Political Leader, please, with all disrespect, we cannot do it according to article blah 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 blah. It's supposed to be done at our office. They need to come here and collect and go that way. She said no. The people will not show up. They didn't give a damn whether you show up or not. Bility and the entire executive committee did not show up. The only people that went there was the people from Moserado and Grand Bassa County. Bassa County, Mr. Dillon is a Bassa man that live in Moserado County. When push comes to shove, Dillon will go to Bassa to run. You watch it. Because I had it always behave. They will bring a Bassa business. He will go to Grand Bassa County to run. You just watch it. I don't trust Dillon anymore because people that lie When I lose that trust in you, forget it. And if they don't turn, and Dylan, if you listen to me and you turn fool and block me, I will curse you every day on Facebook. Let me take you to understand that. And I get some information from Minnesota, I will publish it. And the one that Henry Costa get for you from Minnesota, I will publish it. Let me make you to understand. So they still went on with it. What do you expect the chairman to do? You think the chairman will be happy with you? So the man doing his work. The chairman runs the party. No political leaders run the party. If you get a good rapport, it's good. The executive committee of ANC can suspend Mr. Cummings. The executive committee of ANC can suspend Mr. Cummings or expel him if he goes against the constitution. Prince Johnson was expelled from his first political party that he organized, that he formed. Yeah. When you get a good rapport, nobody. Bromskin had that power because everybody there was up to Bromskin. They believe in Bromskin. They were there for Bromskin. So anything Bromskin say, they agree. They agree because they love him. That was the fact. Not because that, because it happened that way. No political, in the Republican Party or in the Democratic Party today, Joe Biden do not run the Democratic Party. He's the leader, political leader, standard bearer. He don't make decision for them. But because Liberia, the standard bearer bring bulk of the money. But what make Unity Party, Liberty Party, let me tell you the real truth. Because Yombly is not giving Jack as a political leader. If Yombly was spending her money behind that party, nobody will move her. But Billet is the one who doing everything, clear the CPP due, get a new hall, and this and that. And they're not doing Jack. At that time, Bromsky, the one that was looking for the money. That's how it worked in Liberia. So you see, Yombly want to be vice president to Mr. Bwaka because Bwaka promised her. She's not doing it in the interest of Liberty Party, in her own interest. And Dillon saying that no way it will not happen. The political leader should be the one they should select. Who the hell must select Yombly Kanga to be vice president? If not because of the Dillon speaking Basel and the CPP supporting Yombly, she would have won. She was never going to win Basel because her name was so terrible. This is nothing personal, Yombly. I know your sister. I know you're nothing personal. But when you're in the public light, we got to say it. It's all about you. Now, you went to NEC. NEC wrote you now. The same Steve Zako, you're pushed on the bus. Your bro, Steve Zako. I'm not speaking for ANC on this platform here today. When I finish, I will go to my man supporting. But I'm not speaking on behalf of ANC. I'm speaking as an ordinary Liberian who has the right under the Constitution to criticize or to say whatever I want to say of any political party. I don't have to be a member. It's in the public. ANC is not the problem for Liberty Party. As much as ANC won the vote of Liberty Party and one vote in UP and one vote in ALP, we are not the problem. Bility is not a stupid man that will be used. He's not a peer pressure man. What? Oh, Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings got nothing to do but to just go and brag Bility. Mr. Cummings got nothing to do but to take money and give it to Bility. Where in the world you will give money to Bility? The same thing that Omen Bwaka said, I'll get the standard bearership, the vice standard bearership. And that was it. And he failed to realize what are you running. You don't know that you're running. So you see, these are all the things that they go on. Now today, the chairman got 80% of the total executive committee under his command. They went and appointed Steve Zago as chairman. The same Steve Zago that Darius Dillon and Yombly pushed on the boss. Pushed on the boss. That the man now, this old man, the chairman, he went and took it, he accepted it too. Until Unit and NEC came up with that letter. Dillon said, Musa finished. Musa was the soul, and now he's the poor. He's the poor. And you know, they don't love the biblical quotes. But you see, what goes around comes around. When you think you're doing things to satisfy yourself, you don't think too much. All you know is your plan. You allow popularity. They don't got a mind to sit on spoon and say, not anybody could have gone on UPTK and win. That's what Dylan said. Dylan, you won, but you can't tell whether it's truth. You don't have proof. Because why we say no, you alone went before and they beat you the market dog. So you can't tell us because of you. And even Liberty Party who are never giving you victory in Mosrado County because they're not even popular in they came try in Mosrado County if you want to go back to the old record. You understand? So don't say because of CPP you won, Dylan. You won. And what you don't understand, you think COP was the one that make you to win? I just believe that you just afraid. You're a coward, Dylan. Seriously. You know, I'm sorry. Look, I still, I'm not regretting on anything that I did for you. My hard-earned money. Some people give you 100,000. I know. Some people give you 50,000. Me, I gave $500. I pay for of a million. The what people need the voters, the pool workers. My witness that far in my year too. 2 and 3. That my hard-earned money. I work for it. But I did it because of the process. I did it because I want to see change. And people say, oh, Munda been fooling you. No problem. No problem. You must see things for yourself. And I've seen it now. But still, that doesn't mean that there's no good Liberians. Not because Dylan shit on himself, that means there is no good Liberians. There's no good politician in Liberia. No, 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 no. We still got good ones. I still know another one they call Tia in Nukutan. Not because, but it only shows that some guys, they honest on the outside, behind closed door, they take bribe, but they try to do what is right on the other side. It's just that I get some people who don't give a damn. Today, they don't justifying the 30,000. I gotta run my office. I will run this. I will do this. Now you can't hear Dylan talking again. He can't talk again because this time he received physical cash. You see? So they caused the problem. Instead of them going together, now the people going to have that, and they come, they think having. You think I will not be praying for them to endorse me, to endorse my party? I pray for it. And the people so wise, they invited Mr. Cummings and took 8 hours asking Mr. Cummings questions and his agenda, what he going to do for Liberia and whatsoever. They questioned him for 8 hours. They invited Mr. Bwaka. Amin Muda said, and I quote, and from Spoon TV, that we will not show up because you got a kind of thing you did. You're suspended your political leader. So we're not coming there. You know what I'm trying to prove? Because ANC had a program to Liberty Party office, and they said Mr. Cummings supposed to say, "Oh, you know, I'm not coming there because you and your Liberty Party, you and your Liberty political leader ain't good." Look, let me tell you something. That was childish. Your own laws that said if you're not in the country, your chairman is the acting political leader and chairman. Nowhere in our constitution that even the president of the Republic of Liberia do not run Liberia out of Liberia. That is why he leaves someone acting. And Yombly was out of the country. It was Billet's responsibility to brief her when she gets back. But she was out of the country and then she won't make decisions and say, no, nobody, Mr. Cummings will not use it. We are collaborating. We're in collaboration. When Mr. Cummings took his hard-earned money and gave it to you, damn Yombly, what you did? We need each other. Why you send Mr. Cummings back and say, don't campaign with me? When Mr. Cummings went to Buchanan and he helped you, Why you refuse it? For politics business, you hate Mr. Cummings, Yombly. You hate him that he shouldn't use your office, your party headquarters. Eh? But you went to Unity Party headquarters and you indirectly endorse Mr. Bwaka. Nobody got vice for you. We asked to use your place because your place is big. Then you mad because, oh, no, we can't do it. Don't use it. You took your internal problem and brought it in the street. It's the same nonsense you guys did with the CPP. Mr. Ure took lies, gave it to you, Yombly. Instead of you acting like a real leader to go behind closed door and discuss it. You are all over the place. Mr. Cummings should be man enough to take responsibility. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you, Yombly. You have caused the problem. Now you're in America. You came back to the States after the people deny your letters. Eh? Go back and fix it. Go back and fix it. I'm not insulting, but I'm showing a tough love. Tough love is what I'm showing right now. Eh? Tough love. And I'm so, and you and Dylan, you're in a deal. Dylan took his high-end money about plane ticket, he lied. He came on Spoon TV again, he lied yesterday. Reading a fake constitution that not even exists, that you guys cancel. Oh, Musa Belete over. You're threatening Musa Belete that if you try, we will disgrace him, we will bring him down, we'll take the case into the Senate and the paper he had with the government and whatsoever. Who told you a businessman credit from government are criminal act? Who told you? They tell you pay the money. Oh, that today you know he criminal. You brought him. You said the man was sore. He was weak at that time. Now he new man. Then you vex. You want to support Unity Party, fine. But why you think that it should be Yombly? Why? Okay, let agree supporting Unity. Why if Mr. Bwaka want to take Wadi Power or want to take somebody within the, or want to take Edith? So Edith was just hanging. They say, oh, Edith will go with Mr. Bwaka. But Delon there insisting that it must be Yombly. Because one prayer woman told Yombly that, oh, I see you as vice president. Who runs for vice president? Who runs for vice president? Nobody vote for vice president, my people. When they're in Liberia, we see that nonsense. When they ask you, you take it or you don't take it. Nobody runs for vice president. It's the right of the candidate, the stand-up bearer. That is what Belete and the other people are saying. It don't have to be you. Eh? Mr. Ure was fighting for Bwaka to take somebody from his own party. Could be Henry Costa. It could be his daughter. He was pushing his own interest too, or himself. And Dylan coming on Spoon, make himself look the lightest ever. The light. He exposed himself to Liberian people. Some people vomiting today. Some people's stomach are paining them because of what? They put their life on the line for him. My people who did it don't feel bad. You even regret. That was your decision. That was your decision. And you stood by it. It's on him. It's not on you. It's on Delon. It's not on you. And for those of you who think that when we criticize people, that means we hate them, it's on you too. We don't hate nobody. We love Liberia. I love Liberia. Let me tell you about today. I love that country. I will not allow nobody. I will not allow nobody. Somebody contacted me. I will not call their names because it's not right. For some political party, the party in Liberia, the person live Liberia. Oh, my man, I want you to be part of blah, blah, blah. I just look at the person and laugh. The person who brought the message, so I said, why, you want to hire me? He said, Mr. ANC pay. I said, no. He said, but then when they pay, they can come to me too. I said, He said, because they're not paying me, so I'm going to go over to him. But look, this is where we stand, my people. This is where we stand. That's how Liberia been operating. Our politicians have been lying to us. Now, because of people like Dillon today, nobody trusts politicians. It's not because of he alone, but people like Dillon who come and lie to the citizen and do different things. Justify every wrong that he ever did because he feel that people listen to him. But you're right. Dillon, you're right. Why? Why are we doing this to ourselves, to our country? That because of people like Dillon. That is why nobody even want to look at Mr. Cummings. Think that Mr. Cummings will lie tomorrow. Well, let me tell this to you guys. I gave you this, my word. Mr. Cummings will not lie to Liberians. Mr. Cummings have never lied to Liberians. His message is consistent. I will do this. We will do this. I will not take salary. And where I believe that Mr. Cummings will not lie, because Mr. Cummings stand by this document that we all talking about today. Mr. Cummings is insisting that if Mr. Bwaka is the standard bearer, he, Mr. Cummings, will not contest. ANC will not contest. And he's continuing to say it. If I never knew about it, I wouldn't have said it. Mr. Cummings is telling us, he's told ANC people, don't waste your time. Because Mr. Cummings read the documents. Some of us will read a document very late. All we thought that when you get to the convention and you lose, if you lose the convention, I mean, you can leave. But no, it's from the day you sign the paper. For you to leave, you got to go through the process. And your party will not be able to contest any election until after 2023. You already know about it. You already knew about it. That is why you reported in Mr. Cummings' face and said, I am supporting Bwaka. When may you first go? Because you know that if Cummings leave, Cummings can run on his party. He got either want to go as an independent, but why will you get a political party and want to go as an independent? It's too much work. It's too much hard talking. This man, 3 against 1. He said, let's go to the convention. Why can't we go to the convention, my people? And you know what I like? I have met some UP guys who die hard Unity Party. You know what they say? If we go to that convention and the women lose, we will stay. If Mr. Cummings win and lose, we will stay. You know what I'm saying? We will stay with the CPP. So if Mr. Bwaka even want to leave now, if the Unity Party want to leave now, they're not going to carry a lot of people with them. They will carry some, but they will not carry the bulk of the people. So I don't know why we're afraid of. Why we're afraid of. We're doing what is right and we'll continue to do what is right. We must put our people first. Because of that, I want to play this tape for you guys. Just give me 10 minutes or 14 minutes of your time. I want you to listen to Mr. Cummings. This is what Mr. Cummings' vision, this is what he's been saying about Liberia every day. The 5 watts and how. How can we do it? And in fact, it has been upgraded. He tells you every day, there is no, we are all Liberians, the Gio, the Manon, the Pele, the Basso, the Mir, the Grobo, the Crew, the Bush Grobo, or whatsoever. Va, and Loma, Bandi, Kisi, we are all Liberians. Liberia is bigger than everybody in every county. So listen to Mr. Cummings' speech. Listen to his plans for Liberia. Thank you.
Kokolioko, chicken they grow for day.
The oldest republic in Africa. And yet, We're one of the least developed countries on the continent, and indeed one of the least developed countries in the world. And I say to you, my fellow Liberians, we deserve a better Liberia. We need to ask ourselves some fundamental questions. Why are we where we are? Most Liberian homes don't have electricity. Most Liberian homes don't have running water. Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders. We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep electing and selecting the same kinds of leaders with the same kinds of experiences and expect Liberia to change. We have to do many things differently, and that starts with selecting and electing new leaders who know how to create jobs, who know how to grow the economy, who will prioritize the Liberian people first before they prioritize themselves. And this is what I offer you, the Liberian people. The other universal truth that I want to share with you, my fellow Liberians, is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And again, I ask you to look at my record of job creation, of success, of managing large budgets without one penny going missing. All of these things you can look at and compare to the other candidates. And again, you will see that my past performance and past behavior is a good predictor, a good indicator that what I commit to, we will deliver. There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, it's electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. Our next priority is agriculture. We are a country that do not fear ourselves. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves. And my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we're focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, you can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our 5th priority, and there we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what's I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is, first, we'll go after waste in government. You know, we spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles, and we should buy less expensive vehicles for our government officials. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil servants and police officers and the military officers and healthcare workers, people who actually do the work. We need to pay them more money and reduce the gap between those at the top and those who actually do the work. The other way we'll find the money is going after this thing called corruption. You know, corruption has been the bane of our country. Is the primary reason why we are as underdeveloped as we are today. And we will aggressively go after corruption. The first thing we'll do is we will appoint a corruption czar, a minister in charge of corruption in the presidency that will coordinate all of the agencies that are meant to find corrupt officials. Secondly thing we'll do is we'll make sure we are giving the resources, the money, the right people, the right logistics to the anti-corruption agencies, the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Accounting Office, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. We will make sure they got the right resources to go after corrupt officials. After that, when we find people who are corrupt, we will prosecute them, we will put them in jail, and we'll seize their assets. It will not be good enough for you just to resign. So those are the things we will do to really go after corruption. I have committed that I will not take a salary. The salary that is paid the president, I will allocate it towards helping to fight corruption. That's how important I think it is to us. And then the other way we'll find the money is we'll make sure we're getting full value, the full monies we're due from our natural resources. We'll look to exploit other natural resources so we can get the funds required to fund healthcare, to fund infrastructure, to create jobs, etc., etc. So finding the money is the second how. The next how is we want to create a government of inclusion. We want all sections of our country to be represented in the government. We want opposition political parties to be in government because we believe that having a government inclusion will help all of us make the right decisions. It will make sure that we're spreading the resources of our country across the entire country. And then the last two hows, one is growing the private sector. We will focus on growing the private sector so Liberians can primarily benefit from that growth. No longer should Liberian business people be spectators to our economy. And we want to actively support Liberianization and encourage and provide credit and other facilities to Liberian businesses so they can participate. And last but not least, we will use technology. We'll leverage technology to help us achieve our goals. So those are the what's and the hows. But let me end by leaving you again with these two universal truths. One is we cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. We need to elect and select different people to lead us, to serve us, to help us manage and run our country. And the other universal truth is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And on those two counts, I believe I stand head and shoulders above the other candidates expiring. Together, we will change Liberia for the benefit of all Liberians. We will transform our country. We will give us a new start, a fresh start, so that all of us can benefit from this country we love. I thank you. God bless you. God bless the Republic of Liberia.
Chicken necro for day. Not in the business, you catching fever. You get too serious like anti-river. Ain't no stopping by the river. And as we coming, we sweeping, we cutting, we moving up away. Yeah, yeah. We coming, yeah. Well, it's gonna be coming. As we coming, we sweeping, we coming. And then when we meet up, speak. Well, it's gonna be coming. Yeah, you are coming, yeah. We coming. Well, it's gonna be coming.
Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Thank you. I love it. And this is Munel Kishan. I'm back. And guys, you see it for yourself. You listen and then tell me how you feel. Mr. Cummings stand for all these things. He wrote them down. He studied it. He goes around the country. He asks people. And these are some of the things that will help Liberia. Infrastructure create jobs in the country. It covers everything, roads and hospitals and all these different things that they create job on it. So share this video, guys. Share this video. Don't just sit there, share it. You can also go to the general and watch me and follow us on the general. Yeah. And also go to YouTube. You can follow me on YouTube too. Yeah, I was expecting and Emery to come on, yeah, for us to have a show together, but apparently maybe he's sleeping. Oh, Orlando on the plane. Where you going? Okay, outside the U.S. border. Okay, okay, Orlando. Okay, guys, see it for yourself. Do what is right for Liberia. Look at all the candidates in Liberia. Look at every one of them. I know sometimes you say that, oh, Mr. Cummings not going to this place. But let's say this. Mr. Cummings right now, he's not the standard bearer for CPP. So Mr. Cummings is not, campaign is not open. Mr. Cummings going to places. Those of you in Montserrat County must understand, Montserrat is not Liberia. That's not the only place people should be. I know some of you are in the other districts. Say, oh, Mr. Cummings can come here. Yes, Mr. Cummings going to other places. Mr. Cummings trying to prove to Liberians that everyone is equal. Every county in Liberia is important. Every county. Forget about the population. If there's good schools in Lima County, they should have a good schools in Maryland County. They should have a good schools in River G. If there's a hospital in Lima County, they should have a good hospital in River G. Whatever in the city, it should be in the other counties. That is why Mr. Cummings is going around. That is why some of us are desperate. We can make the difference in a position. Mr. Cummings, just like you, ordinary citizen who pay taxes. Yes, he's a political leader, but he can't change the system. He cannot. He's not the one that making any rules. He pays taxes. He can't tell the government how to run. He would say, you talk from now to judgment day. But when you give him that power, give him that position, give it to him. Let him be your spokesman, your messenger. It's not about him. It's not about him. It's not about Cummings. And I will tell people, it's not about how many persons that come on sometime to watch. And listen, within myself, I believe I'm not going to pay for any other thing, but my message is resonating. And I want to say thanks to most of the guys who inbox me, especially from Liberia. I want to say thank you that because of you, we up tonight. That because of encouragement, that because of you, we just want to see Liberia good. Trust me today, it's not about jobs. It's not about nothing. This, if Mr. I don't know, I can't speak for the other people. But this, Mr. Cummings will be the first Liberian, if he become president, to tell Liberians that every Liberian has a right to work. Mr. Cummings have never one day tell people to join his party before they work for him. No, you don't need to join ANC. Sometimes it's good to be part of the process. You don't need to join ANC. Some people enjoy to be as independent, to be an independent. But as an independent, you must be honest and look around. That is what makes you to be an independent person. And if you say you're supporting Mr. Cummings, and if you say you were in ANC, it is time for us to sit and look, because we already got the back from Mr. Cummings. We already stand with Mr. Cummings. We're already doing things for Mr. Cummings. So I don't think we really need to barricade him for anybody. We need to push him out there. We need to sell him. I don't need to have interview Mr. Cummings. If I want it, I will get it. He would never turn it down. If I tell you I want to have a show with him, but what should I ask Mr. Cummings when I know what Mr. Cummings worth and I know what Mr. Cummings want to do? And if I will ask Mr. Cummings any question, I will ask him question that Liberian people talk about all the time. I want Mr. Cummings to go to Jida Hard Talk. I want Mr. Cummings to go to CDC radio station. I want for Mr. Cummings to go to Liberian Broadcasting Corporation. And he will go there. Don't even be afraid. Because they're saying no damn thing. They don't even know the issue. They don't research before they even interview. Mr. Cummings go to places where he thinks people don't like him. That's where he goes. So let us do everything as people from ANC, CDC, seditious are not your enemies. When the leaders are causing problems, you saw all the things that in the chat room. That's the old thing. I got friends. I'm not in the chat room again. I used to be in the CDC chat room. They took me up. But I got a friend who in the chat room that I see all these things. They argue. Some guys in the CDC chat room say, well, we can't talk. When you talk, they say you're enemies. When you can't say this, I'm surprised when I saw that thing. If anybody said that loud or not loud, what they posted with the CDC chat room, and Zoga was even took himself off that thing, off the chat room. All. They are disenchanted, they're disgruntled people, but they can't say nothing. They're afraid to speak out because they will say they are enemies. Then you're telling me that CDC, George, we will win. Yeah. I really want to see it. I really want to see it. Let Liberians prove to me that they are stupid. Let Liberians come back this time around and see what the international community will do to us. We already are beggars. We beg already. We can't even stand for ourselves. We can't even stand up for ourselves. Now, everything the white men will tell us, look at the thing that's going on about representing and they are damn criminals. We need to, look, if you want to demonstrate, go to the Capitol building. That's all. Y'all go there. And Dillon let us demonstrate. When he take the 30,000, now y'all go to his office. Seriously. That $3.4 million can do a lot for Liberia. Can do a lot for Liberia. Health, in schools. It's so sad. It is sad. It is sad. It is sad. Our people are wicked. Our officials are wicked. They are wicked. Handful of people. Look at Cara Gray today. He got Mercedes, he got Range Rover, he got all the different cars. Imagine $15,000 a month plus the other shopping. And if they're getting $5,000 now, what a difference. What they want. They're not honest to our people. Your people dying, no protection. But yet still, some of them who crash, some of them who go around and they talk about this death, they are all seditious. Some of them voted for George Weah. But it's a lesson for you. Will you give me your vote again? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that question. Will you give George Weah and the CDC your vote for the second time? Ask yourself that question. With all the things, don't let nobody fool you with a road. Or road that don't even will not bring nothing to Liberia. Nothing. All the feed of this small road because somebody, and where going? Development that will not even benefit you. The president said that people leave from Liberia and go to Ghana to carry their children to the park. My people, you're here. Who the hell do that? Only rich people. People who can afford it. They're the one who can do it. And how they got rich? Majority of them from stealing from government. We're in trouble. The ball is in your court. It is your right to make that decision. If you don't make the decision, fine, so be it. I know within myself that I just pray for long life every day. If Liberian people say they don't want Mr. Cummings, fine. We always stop politics. I can tell I'm not going after 2023 to be talking. I'm not going to do it. We always just live our life. Then maybe up to 2029, maybe we might know what to do next. If God give us the long life. If God make us to see it. Yeah. If God make us to see it. But Liberians, don't throw your country away. Don't let nobody fool you. This is not about rocket science. This is not about say you got to know it before to know the right thing. No. The right thing is on the wall. Which of the crime that Mr. Cummings committed in Liberia that you guys will say you don't want Mr. Cummings? Oh, because he left from Liberia, or poor man left from Liberia, went and hustle and work hard and come back to serve his country. You said no. Why you won't be president for? Why you can't just help one time? You see how we wicked? But the ones there who stealing the money, we care. They were poor, we get a position, they got the money. The other man who got money, who worked honestly for his money, he come by, he said, okay, I won't run to, I'm a Liberian. No, why you running for? You think because you get money? Can I say I'm running? Why you running for? Because you think you got money? That is wrong. They will do it to you. Is that the only way you will help Liberia? You forced to run? That the only way you think you can help Liberia? Anybody who even utter word like that, you don't get no sense. Anybody who say, is that the only thing, that the only way you will help Liberia until you become president first, then you help Liberia? All the other small what he doing, the man own money. He own money that he work for. He ain't steal it. We got other officials who don't steal, they didn't do nothing. We gave people position who come from nowhere. Charles Taylor, Samuel Doe became president in Liberia by killing, overthrowing. Charles Taylor killed, he came to Liberia, we made him president. Ellen Johnson, John Charles Taylor, she came back to Liberia, we made her president. She was broke. According to her 2005 declaration, she was broke. We made her president. Her children never came to Liberia, open office or open business. They came and worked in the government. Fuma Salif worked in the government. All her relatives work in the government. None of them open business in Liberia. And even those who open business in Liberia, or not Ellen, they went to Liberia, they got money and they open business. We made George Weah president because what? George Weah played football and we love him. But he never had the experience. We all know. But it's not about the education. It's not about the education. For me, I realized in 2011, when he became senator, when I realized it. But some people never realize it. That is why Liberian got the destiny. Oh, you must start from. Who told you you must start from certain place to run for president? The ones with no experience who have decided to get into government. These are the people you talk about don't have experience. Let's say the man just graduated from college. He won't run for president. He ain't got experience. He don't have experience because he never worked before. Joshua never had experience. Joshua have never worked. Forget about talent. Talent is not a job. It's your talent. Joshua never worked. He never lead. He was never a leader. He was never a captain on I team. He was never a captain on AC Milan or Paris Saint-Germain to say, oh, I was leading this group. Joshua became captain for Lone Star because he was the one who used to bring the players together and select whoever, because the bitches then in Liberia were too damn broke. Our officials and our LFA people then. When Doe were playing football, when Doe was alive, when Liberia was Liberia in soccer, Josh Manenwia was not the captain for Lone Star. He just used to be field captain. But he was not the captain for Lone Star. George Weah was not the captain for RE. Someday you be field captain, someday you're not. But we made him president. This other Liberian, in fact, Bernard Uren, he ran for president. You ain't say nothing. He was broke, became maritime, got money. He built all the houses. He ran for president. You ain't say nothing. Omen Boaka only work in government. He decided to run for president. You ain't say nothing. You got other Liberians who went out to work. Nobody stopped Mr. Boaka from going out. Mr. Boaka worked for government throughout his life. If somebody was just leaving University of Liberia and won't for president, you say Mr. Boaka is qualified than them. But not other people who have worked. You won't tell me that Kase is not qualified to be president. Kase qualified. 1, he's a Liberian. 2, he over the age. 3, he got his own money. 4, he run business. He got people that he leading. So he's qualified. If you never work at all, then you say you don't have the experience. Well, not people who work. Some people work, some people lead other organizations, some people lead community organizations, they were leaders. Joshua will never won, but we'll make him president. Then why are you telling me that Liberians cannot make Cummings president? Go and sleep. Go and sleep. If you don't want to support Mr. Cummings, it's up to you. We're not forcing Mr. Cummings on nobody. It is his right to run. It is a privilege to serve. That is why we're asking you and we're begging you. See reason. It's hard because you guys don't want to accept it. You continue to listen to the other people. Mr. Cummings don't need to go to you and give you money. Mr. Cummings don't need to bump your hand. Mr. Cummings will not go through 5 million people because he want to vote. It's impossible. But he will go as many, he will go places, he will shake hands, he will do this. Everybody want to get a piece of the pie. Good, that's good. But let us be honest, he will not see you. And people are telling you again, people from ANC, you already got Mr. Cummings back. All we need to do, or what you need to do, is to continue selling that message, positive message. You're not there to fuss with nobody. I always say this thing, and I told people, the people who living on Center Street, on Gale Street, they call them the Zogos. Some of them moving around, they got voting cards. They are registered voters. The other guy who live in Painesville, he got a Mercedes Benz, he got a 4-story building, he got a nice home, he got a voting card. He's a registered voter. 2 of them got 1 vote each. Nobody got no more voting for him. So that man who down Waterside, down Center Street, he has the right for you to see him. Go there and know his problems. But guess what? You can't just know your problem and walk out. You have to give him small thing. He will want to eat. These are the people that you got to look at sometime. The ones that who can afford it, they just want to know your agenda, that's all. Or sometimes they want to know if you're getting a job because they're greedy too. Yeah. Certain place you will spend money, physical cash. You cannot speak with a man who is hungry. I'm saying it today. It's not corruption. You will not. That is why when they in America, When you see the people going and flipping burger, they're cooking for people to eat because they go to the rallies and people standing outside, they got to eat, they got to drink. So they spend all that money. They get free water going around. Or some people buying their own, some people carry their own water. That's it. Be a part of the process. For those of you who on the fence, get off the fence. Get off the fence. Be a part of something. You don't need to say the truth. Let us speak the truth. Leaders speak last. Who caused the problem in CPP that today we stay sitting down wishing to see who will be the next, who will be the standard bearer? If Mr. Ure was not going to come up with these plans about fingering document, giving information to his people to go on the internet insulting another man, you are leader, you receive information according to you, whistleblower. Instead of going in closed door, call the other leaders and say, this is the situation here. But instead, you put it on Facebook because your intention was bad. Or since the man won't go, we'll find something for him. We'll make the people rise up against him. But the God we serve, and we tell you, we will stand up to you. Any negative, any corrupt politicians within the CPP, we will stand up to you. When all these things were going on, none of them said nothing. But they don't got a mind to come on Facebook and lie, say, oh, we were behind the scene. On Delon show, the day Delon said that I stand with Mr. Alin to Mr. Boaka, indirectly he insulted Mr. Cummings. He said all kinds of things about Mr. Cummings. They all sat there and tried to crucify or honest or man with integrity to crucify him, to damage his character. The damage I've done already, been done. He need apology again, but apologize to Liberian people if you want peace. Apologize to Liberian people. What he altered in this document that will benefit him, you can't tell us. Mr. Ure, bring the one that you have. Bring the information that you believe within yourself. If you honest to yourself, you put your surrogate out there, you put people out there insulting people on the internet because of the damn freaky thing. That's why I was listening to the late Bromsky, his speech. He used the F word and all because you're damn mad with Mr. Boaka. When Boaka then said they were the most indigenous and group, they bring the Congo business. That the same nonsense that going on today. Your team, Mr. Boaka, don't know what's going on. Mr. Boaka knew everything that was going on. Henry Hardy, he knows everything that going on. They insulted this. Yes, he apologized when I asked the question. But at the same time, the damage had been done. What next? CP get on leaders like as if CP don't have no leader anymore. Yeah. Simple thing. I could solve that CPP problem within a blink of an eye. The people who put it together, the only people can fix it. Those who put the thing together, the lawyers, those were the only guys that could fix that whole problem. But instead, you won't be the judge, the juror, and the executioner. How can you be the judge? You're the juror, and then you execute again. Yeah. Because you think you can damage somebody and go free? You think so? You know why Mr. Cummings will not be able to sue us? People who on social media talking because a waste of time. But I dare anyone, if you were taken from him mouth that Mr. Cummings altered the document, he will go to court. If you be taken out of her mouth and say, yes, you altered the document, we will take off to court, defamation of character. Mr. Boaka try it, we will look for money. ANC people will look for money, they will drag you in court. You cannot do that because of power, because of president, as if the entitlement. The same Delon who supporting Boaka, you know he said, no one is entitled to it. CPP was not put together because of UP. They don't say it. You know, sometimes when they lie, they can tell the truth. Eh? Mr. Cummings has the right to run. Mr. Bwaka has the same thing. And they must go and look for delegates. That's what the people said. They don't say it. Eh? Oh, that's true. Let's go to the convention. But I'm sure I gave my entire party to you. So no problem. Let's go to the convention. Now they can't talk about convention anymore. Because it's not clear. In UP, it's not clear. ALP not clear. Liberty Party not clear. So let us go separate. Whoever, if anybody goes second to George Weah, then we all will come back and support them over who you drink water in your nose. In your nose. You show whether you can second again. Or you think George Weah can come first again. You think so? You assuming that the two parties, your Liberia people are blank. That bring one so that Prophet King get cost you. You want to believe because from Ellen Johnson first and second term and CDC King second, so that's it. So now that Unity Party is going to be coming second now. You believe yourself? You think how Liberians operate? You don't even know a damn thing. You know it. You believe in yourself that you think because you came second as a ruling party, so you can't second again. Look at UP. No, you're stopping. The first thing I challenge you, expose your let UP expose their registry. Let them tell us how many new members they have registered so far. None. As if they talk, oh, popular. Yes, Mr. Bwaka is popular. Who will not know the president, the vice president of Liberia? Who will not know? They don't need to see your face. You see what happened with George Weah? People voting against George Weah, but some George Weah people say no, they're not George Weah because George Weah not on the ballot. It was the same George Weah years back that put the late Muna Peno hand up and she whipped what he said, Gio Rano. It was the same George Weah who went and put Akara Gray hand up. It was the same George Weah who went down Waterside and put that gay hand up and did it to Geraldine Doe. But today he cannot do it. They say, oh no, but Joe, we are not on the ballot. You think Liberian people going under the head, they drinking the nose now? Liberian men give you the first chance, you can support him on your own. Don't make Liberian men turn against you. You made Liberian men turn against you, and you think you can come back. I don't know what CP, I don't know what UP really thinking about. It's no problem. It's nothing bad for you to be part of the collaboration. It's nothing bad for you to be part of the collaboration. But if you think you got the numbers, you ain't got no number. Your number is a fantasy. It's a fake numbers. It's a made up number. Made up numbers. Bwaka never ran for anything that he won before. Likewise, Mr. Cummings. It was the first time two of them ran. And you cannot even run on your record. On your president record. The woman that you serve, the woman said, she's disappointed. She disappointed Liberian people because when it comes to corruption and unifying the country, she never did it. That is why Mr. Bromsky said, and I quote, that because of Mr. Bwaka, Liberia was never unified. Because Mr. Bwaka was looking at Ellen as a Congo woman. So he could not be part of a reconciliation thing. Unquote. Mr. Bromsky, the late Bromsky. Yeah. Bunch of people divide our country. Maryland is not Liberia. Lofa is not Liberia. Nima County is not Liberia. They are part of Liberia. They made up Liberia. We are all Liberians, for God's sake. All Liberians. Just look and see who is qualified and prepared and ready. And our leader must be clean. Our leader must be earnest. Have that empathy, integrity that people should know you and believe in you. Not to flip-flop because you want to be president. Not to sit there and don't talk. Oh, Mr. Cummings so quiet. Mr. Cummings so cool. You're not going to fight Joe. Why, my people? Why? 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 It's not fair. Oh, Mr. Cummings will never be president of Liberia. Why? A Joshua can be president of Liberia. Why Mr. Cummings can be president of Liberia? Why I can be president? Why you can be president? So tell me, anybody can be president of Liberia. Anybody. People saying the same song say Joey will never be president. He's president today. He's president today. Oh, Joe, we are going against Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings will, Mr. We will beat Mr. Cummings. Let's watch and see. You know, the thing I love about Liberians, we love to believe in the past. Some people believe today that George Weah can play for Lone Star and qualify Lone Star for World Cup. Some people believe that George Weah can play the same way on Lone Star team. A lot of people believe that. A lot of people believe that. Yeah. But I will say this. And I also want to wish Mighty Philip happy birthday. I think it was yesterday or today. My friend will get very me. Yeah. Yeah, enjoy your post, Mona. Mr. Cummings is just sitting in his corner watching the real criminals who call him criminals. Yeah. Mr. Cummings spoil the same people. Mr. Cummings bringing this. Like, bro, y'all speak the truth. Stop saying that the leaders in CPP are bad. Stop saying it. Because we don't want to make nobody feel bad. That's why we put all of them in a group. The CPP leaders are not correct. They're disappointing us. No, stop saying it. I disagree with that. We know the people then who don't want it. The other man say, look at Mr. Cummings full of confusion. He three friends then say yes, but he said no. So that confusion. That the confusion, the thing, you wasted my time. You make me to sign paper. Then I'm going to break it up. You wasted my time. I went around the country and then opened offices and did everything. Then you say, Wakanda, I will break it. Because I can drink water through my nose. Okay? Okay, guys, let me take a few seconds.
That in the business you catching fever. Getting serious like anti-rivage. Ain't no stopping by the river. And as we coming, we sweeping, we cutting, we moving up away. We coming, we coming. As we coming, we sweeping, we coming. Anywhere we meet up, stick. We coming. We coming.
Yes, that's one is the Alexander Cummings song. Guys, so I'm back. So tell me, we sit here, we don't want to say the truth because we want to feel bad. We lying every day. Today, some people can't talk anymore. They can't speak. The entire group that brought that were behind Mr. Boaka here in America a few days, you can't hear them talking again because you know what? They're not happy. When the woman left from here, he went to Liberia. He called only one person name, had a person this, he brought the person up and forget about all the other people. I feel like drinking one bottle of stout. Maybe that stout will put me to bed. Let me see. We're drinking drinks. Yeah. Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings, don't want to agree with his friend. Taylor Uriel all insulting Mr. Cummings. The entire Uriel family insulting Mr. Cummings, the man who took his hard-earned money, campaign, and sponsor. Mr. Uriel never show up with his daughter to campaign. Causing Mr. Cummings. Yeah, he's a wicked man. All his friends there, he the only one that don't want to agree. He forced to agree. The same Darius Dillon who said he's supporting the old man, he said that CPP was not organized for him. The same Mr. Bwaka said CPP was not organized just to remove President Weah. CPP was not organized just to throw Weah out. Alternative. What Mr. Cummings did, my people, you open your eyes. Don't let the politician fool you. Don't let Yombly, Darius Dillon, Mr. Bwaka, don't let them fool you. We got two good people who want to be Senate stand-up bearer for CPP. The only way they can be, they must go to the convention. And we promise that when they go to the convention, whoever wins, we will support them. UP has said it in the meeting that they should dissolve. UP said it clean, plain, blank. They're not hiding it. UP people telling us that, listen, we go to the convention, we know we'll win. We're not doing it. Because the convention are just a handful of people. You ain't get money to have convention all over the country. Look, if I have money to cut the whole matter short, let me tell you real to it. I'm just going to have a convention or primary in all the counties. I will have a primary in all the counties. A coffee. If I get money, I will have primary in all the counties. There will be all. By this time, we're done. We don't talk. We'll vote in Monserrato, in Nimba, all over on the same day. We check everything there. We'll send a message. Call NEC and hire NEC and go ahead and do it. Then by this time, no argument. No argument. We give everybody 1 month to campaign, to go and have debates. If I have money, that was the perfect, but that money, it costs money. Just what they can do in America here. We set up a 3 or 4 debates and then go through the primary. We have the one they call the super day or super that. Maybe you just take it by time so you can't spend too much. You do it like, and you divide the counties into 3. 5 counties, 5 counties, 5 counties. Yeah. This week, 5 counties. After 2 weeks, another counties. 5 counties the same day. Or you want to divide in whatsoever how you want to do it. You got Monserrato, Bomi Hills, Cape Ma, Bopolu, and Magibi. Or you put Lofa there. Then you take Magibi, Grand Bassa County, Banga, and Nima County, and you add maybe Riverside on it. Then the other ones on the other side. So people will be able to vote. By this time, when you can't win that one, you sure. But you see what they never understand was they couldn't get it. Mr. Cummings recommended the VPS. The VPS is the one that Mr. Cummings was looking at, in a sense. If he cannot win the VPS, there's no argument about it. My people, this man, Mr. Cummings, not a politician for true. Mr. Cummings was looking at the VPS. He said, listen, because when we're in the meeting, he said, listen, let's try, and the VPS, we must get something out of it. But this VPS was not binding. That's the only problem. It's not binding. So you still got hope the VPS can go against you. You still say go to primary. But what Mr. Cummings was looking at, and I will be honest with you, this VPS, if you cannot win the VPS, you sure that you even if you go and win the convention, it makes no sense because you just lost the VPS. It will come to stop you not to even go to the primary. Because Mr. Cummings is the kind of person who believes that if I can't win the VPS, why would I want to go fight for the standard bearership? Why? But they took the VPS out. Mr. Ure, number one, was against it. He spoke on it. They said, well, Mr. Cummings won't bring white people. He won't bring other people to kind of steal the day so they will gain the VPS. All they thought that the VPS were going to go in favor of Mr. Cummings. But when they're talking about the VPS, that's why Mr. Cummings continued to campaign around the counties that he will win it. The only way you can win VPS, you will have to go around the counties. So all the people in the county now see Mr. Cummings. They didn't see Mr. Boaka yet. They only not hear about Mr. Boaka. They only hear about Mr. Boaka. This other one is not like about the big county get more. No. Nima County, you got to get delegates from on the other side. So that place they stop. That why they won't go there, my people. Nothing else. Who Mr. Cummings going to brag? That's your business. That is your business on that one there. Whether he brag or he ain't brag, I don't know where you got information from. Bring your proof. Every day you got proof. Every day proof. We can see proof. You're paying people to go on internet and insult. This I can't hear Noah Zawu Gibson against it on radio. Where is he? Every morning, look, the race is not to the swift, but the one who endures to the end. You're running like the chicken, no hay. Every morning, you're on radio station. You get 30 minutes, you're cussing, you're saying, all kind of things, Mr. Cummings. Where is where are they? We didn't start yet. I just warming up. Let me tell you the real truth. I'm just warming up, my people. Just getting big now. I'm just warming up. We will go everywhere in Liberia. We will conscientize our people. We will educate our people. In Liberia, look, Liberia's voters have been changing every day. Yeah. The youth are not majority Zogo again. Zogos again are not the majority of our youth now are smart children. Oh, are smart children. Some of them graduate from high school, some of them graduate from college, they can't find a job. And that is why I'm supporting Mr. Cummings. Law and order. Ask yourself the question, what have I done wrong? Don't blame yourself. The problem is not sedition. The problem is not the other people. It's the officials, the officers of the party. That is why I'm giving you guys a new guy, a man who is not a politician. He's a technocrat. The man who will look at white and tell you, say, it white. The man who is prepared to tell you, say, we will do it together. The man who know what it takes when a man cannot find food for his children. If a woman cannot even go in the market and bring food for her child, cannot send her child to school. That Alex Cummings. The man who going around the country, going from place to place and talking to you and writing it down. The only man with the agenda, the only man with blueprints, say this is how we do it, and this is where we get the money from. Infrastructure will create jobs. Government create avenues to create jobs. We will protect business people coming to Liberia. We will make sure Liberians are not just a spectator, like Mr. Weir said, and he just said it. I said they can pretend. Yeah. The man who said, listen, we need electricity, we need drinking water, we need internet in this country for people to come, for Liberia to be attractive. Healthcare, education, we must produce, we must invest into primary healthcare, primary education. We must teach teachers, we must train them, we must train the teachers. Government inclusion. And he tell you how we do, how can we bring Liberians together? We'll do it through the churches, through culture, music, different things that do. That means the empowering communities to do it. We go back to our traditional people. We go back to the churches. The church will play roles in it. They will go all over the place and bring people back together to think like a Liberian. We will stop the waste. We will stop $30,000 for each senators. For what? To sign document? No. We will reduce their salary. And it's easy. Don't let nobody fool you. The executive can reduce the damn salary. The executive writes the budget. They don't have no budget committee there. They ain't get no budget. Not in America where they say people can do this, they come out with the budget, and then they do no. They don't have it. If they refuse to sign, we tell the county, say your senator refused to sign because they want to get too much money. They know this. You know what happened? You know what happened? That is what Joshua should have done long time. But instead, I will cut 75% of my salary, but I increase all my benefits. All my benefits are increasing. We got to go buy your $70,000 car where we can get to the factory and bring a damn car for $30,000 for you to use. Then after they take the car for themselves, buy your own private car. The country poor. The country poor. In fact, if I was, they need to buy a car for them and tell them, say, as long as you senator here, you have to buy your own car. Going on a trip, getting $2,000 for gasoline, getting $2,000 for scholarship, when you're not even giving to the people. Then you talk about legislative engagement on what? Why you think the people gave you only 2 days to go to work? 2 days they gave you to go to work. 2 days. You can come up with other ideas. Your country is damn poor. When everything is okay, no problem. And the legislatures, they legalize corruption in the damn country and make it look good. They create their own salary. They create all kinds of nonsense while the people are dying. All about themselves. Our operator, he said Dylan came with $3. He got $1,000 on him. Lying, justifying. I'm okay now. I'll go to bed. You see? So these are the problems we go through, my people. And the problem we go through every day. Every day. Okay, I'm done, but let me just go through the comment. Lasana Kamara, he said, can't make him president now because talk that free. Okay, you see, these are the people that we get in Liberia. He got nothing to offer. Lasana Kamara has nothing to offer. He said, but can't make him president because talk that free. Instead of he telling something, saying something that would listen to him and say, oh, the boss just said something good. So no problem. So Lasana, no problem. And maybe you ACOP or you UP or whatsoever. Talk is not free, my brother. Yeah? Okay. He say, Augustine say, it's bad time, Daddy. It's not a bad time for me. I'm not working today. Okay. We are not going anywhere because Cummings is not going to ride on us. Okay. Aku Joseph Krumah, he said, we are not going anywhere because Cummings is not going to ride on us. I don't understand your post, your comment. But Cummings don't need to ride on you. So speak for yourself. He's not need to ride on you. You got opposed to ride on you. So just by the way you're speaking, you already been brainwashed by other people. So it's Cummings don't have to ride on you. You just a one vote, my brother. Your vote, you're not even a voter in Liberia. So it don't matter. You're not even a voter, so it still won't move anybody. So don't worry about that, yeah? The American Treasury Department is calling it pay to play. That's the right word, pay to play. They give you more money and then you sign a budget. You agree to it. Okay, what Lucini Lasana Camara said, because of men like you damage the CPP. Okay, Lasana Camara, bring out some of your stupidity now. You said men like me damage the CPP. Do I look like official in the CPP? So if I can damage the CPP, that means I'm very powerful, my brother. I'm very, very powerful. I am very, very powerful. If you say that men like me damage the CPP, because the same thing I'm saying now, because I don't support Mr. Bwaka, so I damage the CPP because I don't support Mr. Bwaka. I don't support Mr. Bwaka, so I damage the CPP. And this is you and Lasana Kamara. You see, you requested for friendship. Yeah. You requested for friendship. I'm not even going to agree with, because you make no sense to me. I thought I thought you were smarter than that. I just that I'm you. He sent me friend requests. But you see, I only friends with people who love Liberia. I got a lot of guys in from UP. I got people from ACOP. I got people from all over. But they are patriot. Yeah, you come in and you want me to be friend with you. Look at, when I click on you, they say confirm it. They say I should confirm. You see that? Let me show it to you. You see, they say I'm gonna confirm when I click on you. So listen to me. Let me delete your request. Yeah, bam. Your request is deleted. You will get a message. But you see, what I'm saying here is that the last time I just checking out, I'm not the one who requests for friendship. So you see, I want you to speak like a real Liberian. I want you to speak like a Liberian. Don't come on another man platform and say what I'm saying. Okay, it could be a nonsense thing that I'm saying. But don't you think that's my right to speak? Don't you think it is my right to speak? Don't you know that it is our right to speak against public officials? You don't know that one yet? Where you living? You living where? Butuo? Where? And guess what? I don't know he in Ghana or where he is. But Lasana Camara, I can't make friend with you. You know what I'm saying? Just follow me. I'm not going to block you, but you make no sense. You out of touch with your country. You don't really know what your country is all about. So that's the problem. Tanu Jala, I believe we all should go on their own. Tanu, nobody going on their own. You don't start again. Nobody going on their own. You can go on your own. We're not breaking up the CPP. Listen, let me ask. Maybe sometimes you don't get the CPP thing yet. You can go on your own if you want to. You can go as an independent. When Mr. Cummings leave the CPP, he cannot run on ANC platform, ANC party, because ANC will not be qualified. Well, in a sense, they will not contest of the after 2023. So, if you trust yourself, you can go as an independent. Unity Party is popular. Unity Party is big. When Mr. Bwaka go, everybody will follow him. They don't need to go as a Unity Party person. You know what I'm saying? Why we should support something? You see that because of you guys, they're saying that nothing can work in Liberia. They damaged it in 1997 election. But you know the only thing, don't let nobody fool you. There was no contract signed. They never went to NEC. They were trying to try something, but they never worked up and people left. This one, we signed the paper before we decided to do what we were supposed to do. And then people say, oh, it will not work. It will not work. This guy, it will never work. They say it will never. Then we won't prove them wrong. Shame on you. The people say it will not work. Then you say, finally now, let it go. You got your woman. They pass it, that ball, that ball will leave you. Then you won't prove the power right to leave the man daughter, but she ain't do nothing. You won't show yourself now to leave and go. Eh? The same thing the women can do. So, y'all want to leave? Fine. But we're not hearing the someone leaving again. What we hear now is say somebody must apologize. I know they're not telling Mr. Cummings now. They hear all the thing about you had a meeting now, they keep it to themselves now. But we're not supposed to explain to you what happened in that meeting. Yeah, we can't explain to you. But somebody will apologize. Somebody. Y'all can hear noise in the town again. The village closed now. The village get food to eat. Yeah, the village didn't get food. The village didn't get no food. Tano, I understand, Tano, what you talking to say about. When we were talking it before, we say your sign a contract, let everybody go on their own. They say no. They say that Mr. Cummings' business. Oh, Tano requested for friend. Let me accept your friendship, Tano. Okay, Tano, I just accepted your friendship, yeah. Oh, you're talking about cardinal. You live in Minnesota. I just accepted your friendship. Lasana Kamara, I don't need to we can be friends on the other side, but you got to speak like a Liberian. You know, Tano, right? He said, I believe we should go on our own and wait for the second round. That his belief, and which it makes sense. He attacked me, he gave me his view. He attacked me. I only responded to his view, but he never attacked me. Don't attack the messenger. Don't attack me. It is my right to do what I'm doing. You're not paying me the money. You're forced to even make comment. You're forced to make comment. Just look at it and pass. If you don't want to see my face, yeah. All the people that give me nice talk. Look at Daniel. Daniel say, I don't know why Liberty Party people desperately want to run VP, a VP running mate. Yeah, in a CPP. That is very scary. True. That's true. Because the only thing that if she go as running mate Leo, the woman will die and she will be the next president. And that's why what he needs want the same thing too, Daniel. Wait, that Leo, I'm telling you, nothing else. Nothing else, my brother. Nothing else. Yes, guys. So if people want to go on their own, they can go on their own. But we if a woman says she don't want you and she want divorce, you give it to her. We got no choice. But we're not running on nobody sweat. So I don't want you to get it wrong, twisted. ANC is not running on anybody's sweat. That one thing I will tell you. If you think ANC going to run on your membership, no. Then why you join the collaboration? We join the collaboration because my members and your members will come together and make it big. Everybody came equal. So what there that I won't take your member, I won't run on your sweat. Eh? Oh, because ALP decided not to do nothing because they only got 24,000. They ain't nothing. They ain't nothing. Yeah. $500 is a big money. Yes. Oh, I contributed $500 to Darius Dillon. 500. You're asking Maya too. And even Darius Dillon said no about it. towards the campaign, 200 and $300 I adapted, I took over a pooling center because the pool washer there cost $300 after we did the calculation. Yeah, I asked Maria too, but I regret it. I owe no one an apology on that. I owe no one an apology for supporting Darrell, but Darrell is a damn crook right now. So you see, a man is not guilty until he's found guilty. So no decision is right on this. So my decision was wrong. But my decision was based on removing or winning that seat to send a message to President Weah. So, and you're right. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave you. I expected Embry to come on here today, but apparently, I don't know if he got the message or what. Okay, let me see something if I can do it to myself. If I see, let me see if I can come on. Okay, let me see. I tried because it look. I hope. Let me see if you receive it. How you say it not correct? Let me see something again. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to close up with Mr. Cummings' agenda. I just want to see which one. Yeah, I gotta cut my hair maybe tomorrow. Okay, let me try something again. See, maybe it might work this time around. Let me see. Okay. Messenger. Okay, gotta use it on laptop. Open this in Safari. Okay, let me see. I think allowed. Enter. Okay, guys. Let me just, yeah, so
Okay, I
okay,
was
I was
just
just
testing.
testing. Well, you see, I sent a link to someone. Emery, I sent a link to you. I thought you had problem getting on, but I just used my phone and I'm using an iPhone and I use my iPhone to get on. So this is how you're supposed to get on. So that's good. At least I can bring somebody on yeah. Then I put you in the corner there, then bring you up. Yep. Oh, nice. Cool. What's up? Okay, Mr. Kishen. Thank you. But one is clear, one is very clear. This is an iPhone. Ooh, nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, I alone on this one. Okay, you alone. You alone. Okay, go back. Then the one is full in the back. Then I can remove you. Then I come back and I can add you back again. And then what else? Okay, make it small. Oh boy. Let me read one of the newspaper I just came up to you guys. One of the newspaper, New Deal, the New Dawn. Waka has no agenda. That's not me. That the newspaper, the New Dawn for tomorrow. Yeah. Oh. Hmm. Waka has no agenda according to ability claims. And Battle Liberty Party Chairman Musa Hassan Bility says Unity Party standard bearer and collaborating political parties chairman, Ambassador Joseph Newman Waka, lacks vision and agenda to run the affairs of the country as president. Bility, whose Liberty Party LP is a constituent political party of the opposition bloc, CPP, cites Mr. Bwaka's alleged failure to communicate his plans and agenda to the Liberty Party executive after Sarah's invitation as an example. Speaking in an interview with Spoon FM Midnight Conversation Monday, 13 December 25, Mr. Ability claims that Ambassador Bwaka has no quality and agenda to lead the country because the CPP chairman has refused every opportunity given him by the Liberty Party to narrate his agenda. Wow, that's a big thing. Ability alleged during the show that the problems in the Liberty Party is due to its political leader, Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence, high quest for the vice presidency position of the CPP. Our political leaders told us that we should support Ambassador Bwaka on grounds that he wants to make her vice president. He alleged. Damn it. I refused along with several others and told the political leader that before we chose anybody as our standard bearer, they should tell us the agenda, and the person should also be the one to choose their partner. You see, to choose the partner instead of us giving her. Mr. Ability explained. In recent days, the LP under the chairmanship of Mr. Ability suspended Manakanga Lawrence, Moscow County CN Senator, and Moscow County Senator Darius Dillon alleged administrative reason of their failures to pay their dues. Ability also faces a retaliatory suspension from the party on the order of LP political leader Senator Yombi Kanga. But the National Election Commission says it still recognized the party constitution that brought Ability and other elected officials to power. Damn. The embattled LP chairman disclosed that because of the disagreement with Senator Kanga Lawrence, she had gone against him and several others. He noted that Madam Kanga Lawrence is now advocating that they return to the 2015 constitution that gave the political leader the absolute power to do anything without the consent of others. Yeah, right. We drilled Mr. Alexander Cummings for 8 hours, and he walked us through his agenda for the country. But for Ambassador Joseph Imabwaga, it is on contrary. He never shows up for our invitation only because he does not have one, he noted. Meanwhile, Mr. Ability has disclosed that next week, Liberty Party will be going for a national convention in Banga Nima County to endorse candidate of the CPP that they will support for the presidency as their new constitution mandate. Amen. So you're here, my people. You're here. So this is not about Mr. Bwaka. This is not about Mr. Cummings. It's about Liberia. It was just a simple thing. You see how Mr. Cummings been going around telling people his agenda, telling people how the economy look like. Now it paying off well because he has a plan. Leo, the man got a plan. Lasana, Mr. Cummings has a plan. See reason. If you don't like Mr. Cummings, still, I show you one for your kids to be, for men that Cummings to be around your kids, a role model. Yeah. Everyone, people are suffering every day. Yeah. They are suffering. They are suffering. So Lucini Lasana Camara. Lasana Camara said, you are one of the older men who is fooling Mr. Cummings. Lasana, I sure I'm older than you. I'm 52 years old and still look stronger and younger than you, my brother. I still look good more than you. I'm 52 years old. Mr. Cummings is not nobody to fool, dummy. Pressure will kill you, my son. You will watch me. You will see me. I will tell you, be making all your comments. That's why you don't show your face on your own profile. Only your stomach coming down because you're a coward. You will watch me. I will put sense into your brains. You understand? I will put sense in you. I will put sense in you. So you're hard to learn. Anyway, all the camera people are not smart people anyway. You might be from Sierra Leone. So fire in Soweto. Oh, I like this. Embry, man, let me say again. I come in and let me can go to bed. I guess Embry's sleeping. Wow, only while I shut my phone, that came back on again. I'm back. You are in the show. Everyone can see you. So like this, you out. Like this, you in. So everybody can see now. Okay. Okay, you're out now. Let me see. Oh, okay. I can move myself right here. Leave the show. Okay, that's good. I was just testing it on my phone. So, um, okay, guys. Y'all have a good day. Let me leave this one with y'all. Y'all listen to Mr. Cummings again. Yeah. Yeah, this guy got it, man. This guy got it. Yeah.
Yoko, Kokolioko, Kokolioko, chicken necro for day.
The oldest republic in Africa. And yet, we're one of the least developed countries on the continent, and indeed one of the least developed countries in the world. And I say to you, my fellow Liberians, we deserve a better Liberia. We need to ask ourselves some fundamental questions.
Say to you,
Why are we where we are? Most Liberian homes don't have electricity. Most Liberian homes don't have running water. Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders. We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep electing and selecting the same kinds of leaders with the same kinds of experiences and expect Liberia to change. We have to do many things differently, and that starts with selecting and electing new leaders who know how to create jobs, who know how to grow the economy, who will prioritize the Liberian people first before they prioritize themselves. And this is what I offer you, the Liberian people. The other universal truth that I want to share with you, my fellow Liberians, is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And again, I ask you to look at my record of job creation, of success, of managing large budgets without one penny going missing. All of these things you can look at and compare to the other candidates. And again, you will see that my past performance and past behavior is a good predictor, a good indicator that what I commit to, we will deliver. There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, it's electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. Our next priority is agriculture. We are a country that do not fear ourselves. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves. And my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we are focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, you can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our 5th priority, and there we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what's I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is, first, we'll go after waste in government. We spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles, and we should buy less expensive vehicles for our government officials. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil servants and police officers and the military officers and healthcare workers, people who actually do the work. We need to pay them more money and reduce the gap between those at the top and those who actually do the work. The other way we'll find the money is going after this thing called corruption. Corruption has been the bane of our country. Is the primary reason why we are as underdeveloped as we are today. And we will aggressively go after corruption. The first thing we'll do is we will appoint a corruption czar, a minister in charge of corruption in the presidency that will coordinate all of the agencies that are meant to find corrupt officials. Secondly thing we'll do is we'll make sure we are giving the resources, the money, the right people, the right logistics to the anti-corruption agencies, the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Accounting Office, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. We will make sure they got the right resources to go after corrupt officials. After that, when we find people who are corrupt, we will prosecute them, we will put them in jail, and we'll seize their assets. It will not be good enough for you just to resign. So those are the things we will do to really go after corruption. I have committed that I will not take a salary. The salary that is paid the president, I will allocate it towards helping to fight corruption. That's how important I think it is to us. And then the other way we'll find the money is we'll make sure we're getting full value, the full monies we're due from our natural resources. We'll look to exploit other natural resources so we can get the funds required to fund healthcare, to fund infrastructure, to create jobs, etc., etc. So finding the money is the second how. The next how is we want to create a government of inclusion. We want all sections of our country to be represented in the government. We want opposition political parties to be in government because we believe that having a government inclusion will help all of us make the right decisions. It will make sure that we're spreading the resources of our country across the entire country. And then the last two hows, one is growing the private sector. We will focus on growing the private sector so Liberians can primarily benefit from that growth. No longer should Liberian business people be spectators to our economy. And we want to actively support Liberianization and encourage and provide credit and other facilities to Liberian businesses so they can participate. And last but not least, we will use technology. We'll leverage technology to help us achieve our goals. So those are the what's and the hows. But let me end by leaving you again with these two universal truths. One is we cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. We need to elect and select different people to lead us, to serve us, to help us manage and run our country. And the other universal truth is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And on those two counts, I believe I stand head and shoulders above the other candidates aspiring. Together, we will change Liberia for the benefit of all Liberians. We will transform our country. We will give us a new start, a fresh start, so that all of us can benefit from this country we love. I thank you. God bless you. God bless the Republic of Liberia.
Chicken they grow for day. Our advice and consent. The amendment.
Listen to Benini Uri.
Do an amendment of the framework document, and they did it under our advice and consent. The amended copy, we have copies of. The lawyers did do an amendment of the framework document, and they did it under our advice and consent. The amended copy, we have copies of. The lawyers did do an amendment of.
See, that is where
And they did it under our
they were
advice.
supposed to really ask Youngblade
The
to
amended copy, we have copies of. All day up to she was on spoon talking about we can't make anybody stand up barrel because the person may get indicted. The person may get indicted. She says, "Oh, go make Joe Biden stand up barrel, then they indict Joe Biden. They bring sanction on Joe." Oh, you know sometimes when you talk, you're thinking what you're talking, what you're.
are you going through all the old tapes? Oh, that I mean,
What's the big issue about buying rum? So what's the big issue about buying rum? So what's the big issue?
Have you not seen politicians who lost elections and in a moment, everybody who is saying yes, sir, just left them? Who is the next person? Our world is full of selfishness.
We declare international emergency. Yeah. If there's a living soul in the CDC, we invite them to an open debate. If you have heads and you have ideas in your head, you are invited to a debate. Yeah. We are prepared to hold this country intellectually hostage until October 10th. Yeah. Every living soul in the CDC, if you are alive, you are invited to a
Aww. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you too. Oh, that was so cute.
as Congo people or country people. It was never about dividing our country or tearing it apart. It was about changing a system of government that was not good for our people. These young men and women of the 90s heard about what the men and women of the 70s did. The Gabriel Barkers Matthews, the Ava Sawyer, the Drew Mason, the Tukman Antipote. There too. Was that because they were Congo, or because they were country, not because they belong to any particular tribe, but because they wanted to change a system of government. And that is what we aspire to do today. What troubles me is to hear a sitting vice president, Joseph Baka, and his men trying to tear our country apart. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together. Not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore. Joe used to be my friend. He too might have been a friend of Bromsky when I came home. Since he decided to run for the presidency, I don't think Joe and I have agreed on much. But there's one thing I agree with him about. No Congo man should be president of Liberia again. But there's another side of that story, Joe. No countryman should be president of Liberia either. What Liberia needs today is a true Liberian who is most qualified to lead our country. It doesn't matter whether you are Kru or Gribble, whether you're Madingo or Kran, whether you're Basso or Pele or Gio or Mano. If you are Liberian and you are qualified to lead the country, it is time that you step forward and lead.
That's the late Bromsky speaking.
I don't understand why Joe will run away from his record. He's been first president for 12 years, Joe. I want to take tonight to challenge you. Come out. You and those fellas you got supporting you. Let's put our record forward. Let's put our vision forward and stop this bullshit about who Congo and who country. It is time that we put Liberia first. I heard President Sully during her annual message, the last annual message she's going to give to this nation, saying that she and her vice president have accomplished so much. Two things they've been unable to accomplish or to handle: corruption and reconciliation. Now I can appreciate why Ellen Johnson Sirleaf could not reconcile this country. She has been working for years with a man who's trying to tear our country apart. It's difficult to reconcile when your partner is not with you. I was in Jacob today at a program where Alhaji S. Mohammed Sisi
Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good night. God bless you. I will be on tomorrow afternoon again. So have a good day. I wish you a Merry Christmas. My cash app out there. Make sure you send my Christmas on. Because I got the same Christmas for people back home too. So don't forget. I want to say thanks to all those of you who have sent a Christmas something for me. So at least somebody will be okay on Christmas Day. Bye.